Hi, I'm Dr. David Hill, and today we're going to talk about how to use a neti pot for a sinus headache. So we need to know two things. What's a neti pot and what's a sinus headache? Well, a neti pot is this thing that looks kind of like an elongated teapot or a genie's lantern that you can use to introduce salt water, saline, into the nasal passages. It has been part of Ayurvedic medicine, an Indian, that is a Southeast Asian Indian, or a Southern Asian Indian medical tradition, I'm going to get this right, for at least 2,000 years. And now Western medicine is discovering that it can alleviate the symptoms of sinusitis, at least in adults. It's not so clear in children what sort of role it has. You don't want to overuse the neti pot. Do it, a handful of times a day. But if you go doing it too much, then you may weaken the normal defenses of the nasal mucosa and actually cause more problems. So don't just be doing it every 5 minutes because you're uncomfortable. The second question we have is, what is a sinus headache? Well, several rules. First of all, a sinus headache usually doesn't occur in children younger than about 10 to 12. Those children may get sinus infections, but headache is a very rare manifestation. So be thinking about other problems like migraine if your child is complaining of a severe or recurring headache. In adults, a sinus headache is more common. You really should have symptoms of a sinus infection. If you've got a headache, but no cough, no runny nose, no stuffy nose, no fever, I'd be very concerned that that might be from another cause and not from a sinus infection. Sinus headaches are generally felt where the sinuses are, and the most prominent sinuses are up here in the frontal area or here in the maxillary area. Often just one side or the other will hurt. The pain is usually described as a pressure sensation, like a bad pressure, and that may well be a sinus headache. That said, many people who have migraines or other serious headache conditions misattribute them to sinuses. And I have heard over and over again, oh, I get sinus headaches and they occur every week and I have to go to bed and sometimes I feel like I'm going to vomit and the light hurts my eyes. Y'all, that's a migraine. That is not a sinus headache. And you should probably seek some treatment for that and make sure it's nothing more serious. So, talking about treating sinus headaches using a neti pot, I'm Dr. David Hill.